Hello, Knockouts. Tanya TKO here. You know, it's very, very early in the morning, about 6 a.m. And I am doing this video because I can't sleep. I've actually been awake since about 3 o'clock in the morning. And I wanted to come out and make a video. To myself, I made the excuse that I'm making this video for the text notification squad people who are in other countries where at 6 o'clock in the morning it is 12 p.m. noon for them. So I do like to do videos early at times, but I have this thought that I haven't been able to shake from my heart and mind for days now. And we need to excise and exile derelict Black men and cape wielding Black women from the community. And I'm not sure exactly how we'll go about doing it. And I'm hoping that we can have a conversation because enough is enough. This R. Kelly situation, this R. Kelly trial, I'm sure, listen, I'm going to give you all a few moments to come on in. Good morning, everybody. Good morning. I know there must be something planetary going on. You know, let me get the comments up on the screen. Oh, I don't have my web captioner up. Give me 1 second. Let me get that up while we're waiting for the text notification squad to get their text. And then we will go from there. My heart is so heavy. Let me just get this up. Give me a second. Almost done. Give me a second. All right, here we go. This should be it. All right, there it is at the bottom. Good morning, everyone. Or grand rising, good day, as some people like to say. They don't like the word morning. All right. How many of you are aware that I have begun publishing the images of the commenters, highly problematic comments that have come across my feed? If you're aware of this, go ahead and put up the number 2. If you're a text notification squad and you're coming in, throw up your 10. Let me see if the text has gone out. It hasn't gone out yet. It should any moment now. Any moment now. All right. I mean, you all have heard the calls that I've been publishing lately, and I've been realizing a few different things. I want to get started when the text notification squad people get in. So what I'll do is I'll go ahead and introduce myself for the people who are new and don't know me, or for the people who come by my page and you've seen different types of videos on my page and you really don't know what it is that I talk about on my page. And you see people, they may have shared my video to you and they may have shared it with some words that maybe you did not understand why they were associated with me. But my name is Tanya TKO. I am a certified clinical hypnotherapist. I am a certified hold on, let me do my statement again. I'm sorry, it's early. Hello, Knockouts. Tanya TKO here, and I am a self-love specialist from TanyaTKO.com. I hope you learn how to love yourselves and one another. On this channel, we use viral video topics as teachable moments for what self-love or self-abuse looks like in your life. We mainly use video examples of what self-love is not, so that you can examine what's going on in your life and figure out what changes you need to make for you as the example that's being shown to you. If you're going through anything similar, and there's a lot of videos that we need to do, so I wanted to get this one out of the way, right? I am a certified clinical hypnotherapist. I'm a life coach with a specialty in relationship coaching. And the videos that we use show examples of what's not working. That's mainly how we do. The people who benefit the most from my page are people who have a style of learning that is a moving away style. We don't do too much of the moving toward style on my channel. We use examples of what we need to move away from. And I have been publishing images lately. As a matter of fact, I'll just go over to my community tab on YouTube and just show you an example of some of the issues that, hey, Glenn, give me 1 second. Let me get over to my channel. And if there's anybody, because there's sometimes people who they complain about how the slides are not ready when I say give me a moment and stuff like that. You're most likely not an ideal person for my page, because on my page we make content together and my videos are live because they are created in the moment. So let's jump over to this page here. All right. So this right here is my community tab, right? And on my community tab, as you see, there's a picture of a person who, if you did not know better, you may think that he may look decent or not hideous, because the last time I posted a person, he had burnt out lips on the inside. As you see, this man, he was in my comments cutting up and acting the doggone fool. So now this man, I thought it was especially important to publish a photo like this, right? Because people think that predators look like this. They were like, "Oh, you could tell from his burnt out lips that he was a predator," right? I mean, if you can zoom in on the photo. It's a little early and I ain't ate yet, so I'm going to scroll back up, right? To the milk dud, right? So nonetheless, so we have this man here whose skin is smooth, right? He is a member of Kappa Kappa Psi, or allegedly a member. He says he is. He has pictures on his profile. This is not stuff that I'm making up. His comments are not comments that are cloaked and daggered. No, they're on the page out in the open. When he made this comment and I saw the way women were coming and condoning what it is that he was saying. So there are many of us Black women who see a man who has some smooth skin, who may know how to use a razor or some clippers, and may know how to lift a bag of groceries or two or some plates on a bar and be able to work out a little bit, right? And we get confused because there's this thing in human nature that talks about how when a person looks good, we automatically think that they are good. And Black women in the Black community are so good man deprived that they don't know or don't seem to know how to discern when there is a person who is problematic. We look at the damn shellacked, what do you call that thing? Just Gillette. We looked at the Gillette head, right? The clipped up beard or moisturized with some shea or something. A few muscles from Planet Fitness, right? And we get confused. We bring these niggas around our kids. Oh, yes, I'm using the N-word, goddamn. It's early, that's fine, I'm using it. We bring these niggas around our kids. We got them picking up our daughters from school. We are giving them our house key, our car keys. We got them rolling around in our car all day and picking us up from work and all of this other stuff. We're clapping and applauding them online because we're out here like, how are we out here like? Let me think of is Hunger Games the best, I get, help me, give me what it is that we're out here like. Because we're out here like we are in some battle royale, some grand slam, throwing each other over the ropes to get to a Black man who is absconding and holding hostage his affections to the highest bidder, putting you out there to bid with pussy, heart, behavior, whatever it is that you're going to bid with. As much non-marital sex, non-marital head, as much babies as can be produced. It's like we keep sinking ourselves lower and lower and lower at their behest and bacall, right? I know that's not a word, but whatever. I'm going to read. I mean, you could go to the tab yourself. I provided the link. I provided the link for you to go see the thread for yourself because it's there. It's there. The men coming out and condoning R. Kelly. Let me tell you this right now. Mary, don't tell me what to do with my look or my hair, okay? If you want to look for yourself, go get it for yourself. I'm having a very serious, you know what, motherfucker? Don't get blocked this morning. Fall the fuck back and listen to the lessons that I'm giving today. We're talking about a children being abused. And you're talking about some damn fake ass dreadlocks that I had on my head. Sit the fuck down. Got me cursing so early in the morning. Let me just say that I done lost my train of thought. Let me say this, right? R. Kelly came on TV many years ago, and he said that the girls who he was abusing, that their parents didn't want them and that they sold them. This is what R. Kelly said. He told the girls that their parents didn't want them. He told the girls that their parents had negotiated a sum of money for their children, right? For their daughters. And now we hear that he was abusing boys too, right? From the trial, listen. R. Kelly is an abuser. He's a liar. He's a manipulator. And there are many people out there who are so dumb that they are believing the lie that he told, right? As if buying a child makes that better, right? He cannot provide any receipts because the lawyers have asked him, give us some sort of communication. Because listen, why would a lawyer want to defend a person or represent? Why would a lawyer want to represent a family that sold their child? They asked R. Kelly, please provide some sort of phone call, some sort of phone record, a receipt, a money transfer, a wire transfer, any type of recorded call or conversation, a text message, anything that would implicate their clients in the selling of their child. R. Kelly nor his camp has been able to provide any type of transaction, any type of receipt, any type of money going back and forth. Even if he was like, oh, well, this is for services rendered, he cannot provide the documentation that he paid the parents. Yet we have so many niggas out here who are going off, believing the lie that he said to abuse people. He told girls who already felt unwanted that their parents did not want them. He is a master manipulator. And the worst part about it is that there are people in the public who are believing this lie. They are repeating this lie, and they are using this lie as justification. Let me say this, right? If there is any parent out there who has participated in the pimping of a child, provide the documentation for that so that they can get their just desserts. But what's ending up happening is that people are wielding this lie, which is further victimizing the victims and victimizing the families. When I read this man's statement, I realized they just don't care about you. They don't care about you. Black women, black men and your daughters, they don't give a damn about you. They don't care. They don't care what it is that you're going through. They don't care. They don't care about girls. Let me read this man's statement. Let me read his statements. He says, the parents delivered their daughters to him. He never R-worded anyone. Nigga, was you there? Do you have a permanent cup of your hands on his balls? He's not able to pull it out his pants without your hand being there to unzip, cup and pull it out for him. Don't bank on no other man's penis. You don't know what anybody else has done. How can you attest full-throatedly on the damn internet a man you don't know, and even if you did, whose genitals you're not with 24/7? There are women out there married to men who see their men every night and had no idea that when he was on his business trips that he had a hankering for trans, that he was going out of town looking up on the sites where they're posting to meet you at the telly. They're going out of town gargling on nuts and coming back home with some mouthwash, kissing the babies. Don't bank on the other man's penis. You don't know what the man done did. Fall back. You don't know what he has done. So let's continue going forward. He paid the parents off. They took the money. You know what? Let me read that sentence after. I'll make this larger so you can see in case you need to read it with me, right? I'll make it larger so you can read it with me. His name is Dwayne Parker, by the way, as you see on the screen. Go to the community tab and look at the post. He paid the parents off. They took the money. Where's the receipt? Where is the proof that you have that anybody took any type of payment? The parents testified. R. Kelly's camp testified. The people who were in his, listen, if there was a ring of parents selling children, let's round them up. Let's bring the proof. If you have proof, bring it forward. Do not let parents who participated in the traffic and quote unquote sale, because you cannot sell a human being. A human being has governance of their own body. And when they're too young to consent, the parents don't have governance to give you consent. There's no consent that can be given to a minor. So whether a person claims that they receive payments or, oh, it's all good, I got payments, so now I can assault, right? I got the payment, so now I can assault children, right? No. Provide proof of this payment so that anybody, because listen, there are a lot of people. We sang the song, one by one. We are going to chop them down, send to the Exile, cut out them tongue. One by one, these people will get chopped down. If there's a person who participated in illegal and felonious activities, especially as related to a minor, that person shall go down. Period. Male, female, old, young. If you participated in felonious activities, especially in this whole boondoggle of a case. So let's continue going forward. Let's continue. This is the part right here that I find troubling. They took money for their so-called innocent daughters. I got to take a pause on that one. What are your thoughts on this? They're so-called. So they're not innocent. The 13-year-old who are that, when I saw that, I became like in 2001, when I saw that, I became sickened in every part of my core and being when I saw that little girl's body and him assaulting her. So-called innocent. Aaliyah was 15. If there is and it just the whole thing just brings up so much for me. Because if a 15-year-old, if a 13-year-old black girl is not innocent, it is because some grown man either deemed her not so or defiled her and took away the innocence which she had. A child knows nothing of intercourse until they're introduced to it. And in the black community, as reported in as reported on, was it Essence magazine? Oh my gosh, wherever it was reported, 60% of black girls are harmed before the age, intimately harmed. There's certain words you can't say on YouTube. Statutorily and intimately harmed under the age of 18 by a man who is grown. That these teen babies, that it was already shown that teenage pregnancies were by and large produced by men who were over the age of 25. 30-year-old men impregnating children, little girls. And you see them. You see the Israelites talking about once they get that first menses, their women at 12, coming up with any excuse. So listen, we have to excise. I learned this word the other day. I was watching a show where they were talking about a tumor. For those of you who don't know what the word excise means, because if you look it up, the first definition is going to come up about tax or whatnot. But excise, as in the word excision, is to take and cut out completely and remove. Exile, that means to remove from a community permanently. Exile, get it out of here. We need to excise and exile these deranged, derelict Black men, these cape-wielding, enabling, problematic, and often demonic Black women who are providing the air and the wind beneath their wings or the wind beneath their cape for these problematic men. You know, as a matter of fact, you know what? I'm going to go grab my board in a second. I'm going to go grab my board in a moment. I want to finish reading this man's statement. I wanted to at least get my eyebrows on because I know when I start furrowing my face, I need eyebrows to accentuate it, right? I was walking in the park the other day, right? I was walking in the park because, you know, as you see, my color is caramel, nice and toasty looking. I haven't gotten my color back because it's going to be a few months since, you know, it's been so long since that melanin has been able to absorb sun, right? And I am using the makeup from the TKO, the Total Knockout makeup pack, which is coming this Christmas. So be on the lookout for that. The brushes, because, you know, I have some brushes that are being made for us. Because, you know, I use my finger, but I don't want you all to have to use your finger. So I'm getting, I forgot you all don't like when I use that, my pointer. You want me to use this finger. Yes. Look at how that blended in so nicely. Nonetheless, I am using the vegan makeup on my face right now. It is going to be available this Christmas. We had plenty of time in August. We are running down to the wire now. So if you don't see me making videos like I should, it's because I am doing what it is that I need to do behind the scenes to make sure that that come November, these packs are ready to go. Okay? So nonetheless, I was in the park the other day. You know what? I'm going to take a quick survey, and we're going to finish up that story in a second. Let me get my survey button up on the thing. I don't know how. I'm trying to use my left hand to move my mouse because my right hand has my concealer on it. Here, it's finally working. It's finally working. There we go. All right. I want you to please put up the number 3 if Black men's behavior online has created a negative feeling and reaction inside of you in real life. Put up the number 3. Put up the number 4 if it has not affected you in any way whatsoever, right? And put up the number 5 if their behavior online has given you a more favorable opinion and outlook of them, that you have a viscerally good feeling towards them as a result of their behavior that you have seen online. Because most of us have been online over the past 2 years, so we've had a lot more contact with people, right? So it's 3, 4, and 5, right? Okay. Okay. These are the numbers coming in. These are the numbers coming in. So when I tell you Black men out there that when you see other Black men acting the effing fool online, you need to check them because they are making things worse for you in real life. And this is part of the reason that I say that we need to excise these deranged, these derelict Black men from the community, because they make it more dangerous for the rest of us. They make walking down the street more dangerous for you. They make walking down the street, they make my value out there on the world lessened. Right? Look at the numbers. Look at the numbers. So we have one person, Hermes addict or Hermes addict, who has put up the number 4. Everybody else has put up the 3. Right? Okay. So I just want you to see. I just want you to see. Because I went to the park the other day, right? Walking, and there were 2 Black men walking towards me. And I went in another direction. I didn't want to pass by them. I'm tired. I'm tired of passing by Black men and them making comments about my body. I'm tired of it always being something. I'm tired. I don't want to hear nobody talking to me. I don't want anybody invading my space. I don't want to have to deal with anyone. I just want to walk, mind my own damn business, right? I don't want any drama added to my life. And based on the interactions that I've been having online lately, I've just been feeling disgusted. So I was in the park. I saw 2 Black men coming near me, and I went in a different direction. I just went in a different direction. Not only that, so that's where we're going to begin. How many of you ladies out there, because people act like, oh, white women getting in the elevator and clutching their purses, that's a white thing. If you're a Black woman, right? And when you see Black men on the street, if you cross the street or otherwise interrupt the path that you were going on in order not to come into contact with them, I want you to put up a 6. If you don't alter your path, put up a 7. Or if you see them and you walk straight towards them because you're happy to interact with them, put up an 8. This is for Black women only. So it's 6, 7, and 8. 7 is the neutral one. You keep going wherever you were going. 6 is you interrupt your path. 8 is you go full steam ahead towards them. I want to see. What there's a little bit of a delay, so you have to give a few moments. Is there somebody in here acting up? I'm not looking at the comments because the person needs to comment again and then they'll get sent to the block party. So AJ says 7. Most people are putting up 6. No one has put up 8. No one sees Black men and say, well, I know I'm going to have a positive interaction. Let me go straight for them. Nobody. Not one person has put up an 8. Not one. Black men, I want you to pay attention, but it doesn't even seem like they would really even care, honestly. I've gotten to the point where I realize they don't care. After that comment from this guy, I'm going to read the rest of it in a moment. I wanted to pull out the board real quick, right? I wanted to pull out the board real quick. Look, nobody, not one person. Somebody says, I did. It got lost in the seas of 6s. Black community. If you're just coming in, catch up with the conversation. We're talking about the Black community, right? We're talking about the Black community. All right. And Asia is saying not even sex workers want to be bothered with them. And that is true because sex workers. So we have one person, Simone, she says she put up an 8. Okay. Well, we're so happy. We're so happy. We're so happy. Look around. Look around. Look around. Please don't post links in my comment area. It's going to get you blocked. Don't post your links. If you want to advertise, speak to me offline and let's talk about some advertising rates, but don't post your links. All right. So let's continue to go forward. How many of you saw the video that I put up last night? Right? Listen, let's not call people names in here. Let's not call people names. She has had positive interactions with Black men on the streets, or whatever type of interaction she's having, she wants more of those on the streets. Most people have not had positive interactions with Black men on the streets. Most have not. All right, there we go. I'm going to leave it like this. I could warm it up a little. As a matter of fact, I'm going to warm it up a little bit. I'm going to warm it up just a little. Listen, they have a right to worship whoever it is that they want to worship. And this is why I'm talking about excising them from the community. Because you are lowering the value of Black women. You are creating a more dangerous situation for us when we go out there on the streets. Black men whose reputations precede them. I'm going to have to turn on the AC in a little while, in a moment. It's sad we have to force morality on them. No, we don't have to force anything on them. We can just excise them. Stop giving them our support. Stop standing up and marching in our families, calling them out. Somebody said New York City, it's almost impossible to have a positive transaction or, I guess, interaction. Listen. All right. I'm going to grab my board in a moment because I want you all to see something, right? And I want you all to help me with some math. So go grab a calculator real quick. Go grab a calculator real quick because I want you to help me with some math. All right. Oh, you all remember this last diagram I did? What was this? Oh, they treat you bad because of who they are, not because of who you are. Yes. All right. Okay. Make sure that you all recycle. All right, let me move this from the screen so that you all can see. Give me one moment. All right, so here, let's get into this. Let's get into it. All right. All right. So look, this is what I want you all to know. They say that one predator, a person who is an arist, that's the type of predator we're talking about, right? Hurts 16 people. They will R 16 people on average in a lifetime, right? This is what the data has shown. 16 people. So the person, when we did that broadcast yesterday, and the person was like, "Oh, why bother getting R. Kelly off the streets? There's so many more out there," right? All right. One predator, 16 people, right? Or 16 people that they are, right? So we have 16 right here on the top. We're going to get into some exponents in a moment, right? 16 people, they each have 32 parents, right? So underneath them, in this, they have 32 parents, right? 16 people, 32 parents, right? Each of those parents have, how many, wait, each parent has 2 parents, right? Because each person has 4 grandparents. So what is this number right here, underneath here? Is it 64 or is it higher? Give me the number. Give me the number. I'm waiting for somebody to give me the number, right? Let's see if the American educational system is working, or British, or wherever it is that we are, because most people in America are sleeping right now. So let's talk. So each 32 parents has their 64 grandparents, right? I'm going to put 64 right here. 64, right? Okay. So when you get one predator off of the streets, right? You save 16 people, 32 parents, and 64 grandparents from the pain of this person harming their child. When you get 2 predators off of the streets, right? This number continues to multiply by the number. So if you have, let's say we spend a week and we get 7 predators off of the streets, right? How much is 16 times 7? I want you all to do these numbers for me. 16 times 7, 32 times 7, and 64 times 7. Right? Somebody's saying it's too early. But give me 16 times 7. Oh, listen, let me go ahead and do 16 times 7. 7 times 6 is 42. 7 times 1 is 7. 8, 9, 10, 11. So we have 11, 112. So we have 112 people who are saved. When we have 32 times 7. 32 times 7. 7 times 2 is 14. 7 times 3 is 21. And 1 is 22. That's 224 on this row. 64 times 7. And then it just continues to go up from there. So when we get 7, no, we're going to do the 64 times 7. 64 times 7. 7 times 4 is 28. 7 times 6 is 42, 43, 44. So we have 448 people who are saved, who are spared. 448 people who are spared from the pain of assault when we get just 7 predators off of the streets, right? So come on. Look. That was fun. Somebody said the math is off. That's fine. You know what? Well, why don't we do this? If the math is off, that's fine. You could write the math in the which one did I get wrong? I don't want to dwell on it. I don't want to dwell on it, right? Because you understand what it is that we're saying. You can do the math if you want. We only need one person to do the math in the comments, and then we can just have the official numbers if we did it wrong. It is 7 in the morning, right? So it's a little early. It's a little early, right? So my point is that when we in a family get rid of one predator, when we stand up to one predator and say no, when we refuse to invite them to Thanksgiving or sit with them at Thanksgiving without them without their victim getting the justice, without people knowing what it is that they did, without them serving their time, we endanger 15 other people out there outside of the house. One person going out there harms, one artist harms 16 people on average. Some will harm more, some will harm less. But my thing is, when you stop one in their tracks, you affect over 400 people. You know what I'm saying. It is still early. You affect a lot of people, right? Tarika says she just got off work and she's tired. Listen, child, I've been up since 3 o'clock in the morning. I'm tired too. Let's get back to this guy's statement so that we can read it. For those of you who are just coming in, on my community tab, I've started posting images of people who have stated some very problematic statements. So here, right? He says he paid the parents off. They took money for their quote unquote so-called innocent daughters. And then that's when we started talking about if they weren't innocent. If a 13-year-old is not innocent, then somebody made them non-innocent. It's as simple as that. R. Kelly never held anyone against their will. Where is he getting this from? The court documents say otherwise. Why is he speaking about what R. Kelly with assurity what R. Kelly has or has not done? You don't know Kelly. Why are you so willing to vouch for him? You don't know what he's done. We have heard that the doors were locked. The girls couldn't even go to the damn bathroom. They had a bucket in the room. So when you say they weren't held against their will, well, how do you know what the F was going on behind the scenes, right? I feel like my thing is not blended in. We're going to continue reading while I continue to sponge and blend, right? Then he goes, his assistant even said it. Those girls hung around because they wanted to. They didn't leave because they wanted to stay, which is why the parents were asking them to come home. Now, if you're in so which one is it? Did they sell them or they want them home? He said that the parents delivered and sold them, right? But yet they're coming and saying, I want you home? That sounds contradictory. Did they sell them or not? Because if you sell something, how you asking for it back? It's sold. So it's like even he doesn't believe. But he's saying it nonetheless. It's a lie. That looks good. It's a lie, but he's believing the lie nonetheless, right? Nonetheless, he is believing the lie or repeating the lie. I don't think that they really believe it. But I think because it's a black girl, because the girls are black. Listen, R. Kelly didn't choose girls who had high self-esteem and high self-worth. He listened to their issues. He told them to open up. He is a predator, a super predator. And when these people start calling folks super predators and they're like, oh, how dare you talk about us this way? Listen, look at how you all behave. Right? All right, let's continue going forward. Which is why the parents were asking them to come home. Now, if you're in any place of abuse, your ass gon' get out unless you want to be in it. The F out of here. How? There's grown women who can't get out of abusive relationships. Imagine a teenager who's been told that they've been sold. A teenager who's been given a venereal disease. A teenager that has now been forced to engage in pedophilic acts, which he caught on camera, which now if they come forward, they're going to also be arrested. So he's using these blackmailing tapes and all of this other stuff, right? So nonetheless, my response, you can read my response to him. You could read my response. I spoke about how it is R. The evidence, it is R. A child cannot consent, etc., etc. Remember, this guy here, he has his own business where he is called the pastor of fitness. He's with Kappa Kappa Psi, and he's online boldly making these statements because he knows that people are not advocating for Black girls in the ways that they should be or could be, that they are largely unprotected, and that these maniacs can run rampant in the community, saying and doing whatever it is that they want because they know that Black girls and women are largely unprotected. So it is a vicious cycle of lack of protection where girls and women are left unprotected, and because they're left unprotected, these predators then roam free. They roam free. And then this was the other one that we pointed out last week where he was like, why people can't just mind their business. Ask the young lady why she was there alone so she get no blame. He's talking about the 14-year-old girl who Brother Polite, Michael Nowak assaulted. That's what he's talking about. And he went on to make even more problematic comments. I put the link there so that you all can see it. He was like, she was there. What's your problem? This little girl is around grown men. Where is her mother? Listen, the grown man was somebody who was dating her mother. They've been dating for years. So basically, what black men are saying, this is what black men are saying. I want you all to read between the lines and see what they're saying. They are saying, don't you know that black men ain't shit? That even if they're acquitted, you need to consider them guilty. Listen, this is what they're saying. Don't date them. Abort their children if they are not married to you. Because if you don't abort their children, you will be forced to be out here in the world unprotected, and you cannot date. You cannot date because black men will hurt your children. They won't protect your children. So don't even bother bringing them into the world because you cannot trust a black man even if you're dating him. This is what black men are saying if you read between the lines. This is what they're saying. I mean, you all are hearing what I'm hearing too, right? A woman should be able to trust her child with the child's stepfather. He should be able to go down to the lobby with her without him stealing the child and taking the child to a hotel to batter her mouth and cover her with his seminal fluids. He should be able to do that. But you're saying we can't even trust a stepfather. You're saying if a black man is acquitted, he's still guilty. R. Kelly was acquitted. You're saying that these are the things that they're saying. They don't understand that they're expressing that when they condone this. So let me continue going on, right? Let me continue going on. Let me finish telling you all what happened to me when I was in the park walking. So, I decided to walk in a different area. I did not pass their areas. I refused to pass their areas, right? And I guess maybe as some sort of mating call or something, they realized I was black. And I guess they put on the music because maybe this mating call was going to call me forward. But let me tell you the lyrics that I heard, right? Let me tell you the lyrics that I heard. I don't know the lyrics word for word because I heard it playing loudly in the park as I was avoiding this area, right? I got a room full of women I have a room full of bitches and they're all mine. I have a room full of bitches and they're all dimes. And then I was like, what the hell? Then I heard the lyrics, shoot him in the face, shoot him in the throat. Then it was talking about sex and having so much sex and this, that, and the other. And I was like, what the fuck is this? I said, how did we let this happen? How did we allow these violent, abhorrent, disgusting lyrics to become so rampant in our community? We need to excise and exile these derelicts. We need to not buy this music, right? Listen, we need to not buy this music. If it comes on in the club, we need to sit down. We need to boycott companies that sponsor these demons, right? Because I'm like, why should we have to hear about being shot in the throat in a public park in the airwaves, that the music that they were playing, right? I don't know what song it was. The beat was the incantation was like, I got a room full of bitches and they all mine. I got a room full of bitches and they all dimes. Shoot him in the face. Shoot him in the throat. And I'm like, what the hell was this? Some of you know the lyrics out there, but my audience is a little bit older. So I don't know what that is, right? But let me play this for you all real quick. Let me play this for you all. Let me play this so that you can hear something that I heard years ago that I thought deserved to be heard some more. I don't know who it was. You all are guessing. Google the lyrics. I'll Google it because I'm telling you that's what it was. I got a room. Let me put this up so that you all can see. Right. Here we go. I got a room full of bitches and they all dimes. Okay. All right. So it says All the Smoke lyrics by 21 Savage. That's what it says. So these are the lyrics. These are the lyrics. These are the lyrics. These are the lyrics. I didn't finish putting on my makeup, so please forgive me. Or don't. I don't give a F about your forgiveness. I don't even know why I said that. All right. So it says, whoa, 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 yeah, 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 whoa, 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 a bunch of whole woes and yeahs. Dropped out of school. What the? No, this is the first verse. 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 Dropped out of school, 21. Went and bought a tool. Got a deuce, what? Time to act a fool, yeah. Selling 2 for $5s, yeah. Right on Central Drive. Yeah. Let me make this bigger so that you all can see what the hell I'm reading. If you think this a joke, or you think I joke me, Mick, this is no joke. This is a real lyric. Dropped out of school. Went and bought a tool. Got a deuce. Time to act a fool, yeah. Selling 2 for $5s. Right on Central Drive. You can ask my mama. I ain't tell no lies. Wanna snort a line? Savage got them lines. Yeah, them ends used to rap, but I jumped the line. Let's see. I listened to your mixtape. That shit was whack. Studio time, you need to get your money back. Hold on, it's not on the screen so you all can see what I'm seeing. All right, let me move this over so you all can see the full thing. All right. Back in the day, I let my uncle cook my crack. Back in the day, I would have took that nigga pack. Fast forward, still whack, round a strap. Gotta keep that pistol on me. That's all at all times. Gotta keep a yapper on me. I got all kinds. Room full of bad bitches and they all mine. Room full of bad bitches and they all dimes. In a breakdown trap serving all dimes. Burglar bar's door. Water on the stove. Watch me whip her. Oh. What is this? Want all the smoke. We want all the smoke. Draco. Shoot him in the face. Shoot him in the nose. I paid my lawyer dope. He played with his nose. I don't know if you all can see what I'm seeing. Here, I'm going to go back down to make sure that you see what I'm seeing. This is where it said, Draco, shoot him in the face. I thought it said shoot him in the throat. Apparently it says shoot him in the nose. I paid my lawyer dope. He played with his nose. AR with the scope. Nigga, don't get close. Trash bag full of mid-grade. I'm cutting throat. I guess that's where the throat part is. Nigga, Swiss blade. She sucked my dick so long, she caught a lip ache. New car drop. I'm on the list. Wait. I'm on the list, wait, 21, and I weight lift. Drop a brick off to you, that's a weight lift. Drop the stick off to you, give you a whole clip. Close casket, nigga, I'm a bastard. Ask around the 6th, nigga, we get drastic. Glenwood Road, killing like Jurassic. I see dead bodies like I'm on acid. She fucked me good like she trying to get her ass did. Burglar bars doors. Water on the stove. Water on the stove. Listen. Look. Then it shoot him in the face. Shoot him in the nose. I paid my lawyer. He's going on and on and on. This is worse than I thought. It's worse than I thought. It's worse than I thought. There was this guy who did this video. This guy.
How come when you turn on the radio in Jacksonville, or New Orleans, or Chicago, or Little Rock, the only people on the radio that talk about how great it is to kill each other are black? How come that exists? 15 stations on a dial, go up, go down. The only people on the radio bragging about getting automatic weapons, gunning each other down.
I need you all to let me know how the sound is, because I don't have my headphone in. If you hear an echo, let me know. If you hear an echo, let me know so I can take it and put my headphones in. All right?
Are black. This right here is a song. My pastoral vocabulary won't let me read the title. But I will read this. Catch a young black male not paying attention at the red light. With your AK-47, let me see you shoot it. You're a killer, you're a killer, you're a killer. You're a killer, black male. Let me see you prove it. Why does this exist? I'll take it even further, because a lot of time racism exists in what we don't know, what we don't see. Where are the white killers on the radio? Where are the white AK-47 shooters? Where are the white drug dealers? Where are the white people on the radio that brag about what it's like to murder witnesses before trial? The truth is they don't exist. And the question is why? Why don't they exist? Do white people not kill people? Do white people not use AK-47s to shoot each other? I mean, we know. Do white people not do drugs?
People are saying there's an echo. People are saying there's an echo. That's fine. I thought I could get away with it. That's fine. That's fine. That's fine. That's fine. That's fine. It sounded good for some people, but there was an echo for others, so that's fine. We'll put the headphones in. Here.
And they not deal drugs? Of course they do. But why is it that it doesn't make it to our mainstream radio? Why is it that we don't hear it hundreds of times a day in hundreds of cities across the nation, thousands of plays that say the idea that a black guy would kill another black guy is something to be celebrated, something to be romanticized? And why is it that white people don't do it? And maybe it's because there's no white audience for it. Or maybe it's because it's not really marketable. Maybe because can't get sponsors. I don't know why it is. Or maybe it's because it's just not the white man's role. Or maybe when white people get up and talk about being drug dealers and AK-47 killers, maybe it's even sicker than that. Maybe when white people do it, they're accused of acting black. But if you want to know how comfortable we are with black murder, you just got to look at the marketplace. When you see this photo 1 week after Dr. King won the Montgomery bus court case, and they decided to eliminate the racist policies or the discriminatory policies. This is his picture. It was a great victory. And you know about the prejudice, you know about the discrimination, but right here on the front of the bus is the racism. Because racism exists in the unchecked and the unchallenged normal. My question is, 60 years later, what in the world is a Pepsi ad doing on the front of a bus company that makes black people sit in the back? What in the world is it doing there? I mean, did the Pepsi CEO look back on that today and go, yeah, that was a fail. Shouldn't have done that. Are they ashamed? Are they ashamed that they would? Well, let me ask you this. Could they do it today? If I started a bus company in Jacksonville and said, I got this great thing, beautiful buses, I want Pepsi's name on it. They said, let's do the deal. I said, but the deal is gays, blacks, and Jews sit at the back. They couldn't put their name on that. Why? Because as American attitudes change, as American definitions change, as American norms change, guess who else has to change? The marketplace. There's certain things they could get away with when that type of thing was normal that they can't get away with now. The same thing not only goes with policy, it goes with entertainment. My favorite cartoon, one of them all time, is Tom and Jerry. This is Mammy Two Shoes. Mammy Two Shoes, you never saw her except for a couple of times above the knees. She was always the one yelling at Thomas the cat for what he was doing. She was voiced by Lillian Randolph, a great radio actress. But here's the interesting thing. White entertainers create white entertainment. They carve out a black role, and the black role that they saw fit was to play this stereotypical black woman. That lasted up until in the early 50s. Then Huge protest broke out, and they said, you know what? We don't want to be portrayed like that anymore. And to this day, if you want to watch Tom and Jerry, you go home, you want to watch it on Netflix, you want to watch it on Amazon, this comes up on the screen. It says, what you're about to watch contains some racial stereotypes. They were wrong then, and they're wrong now. They were commonplace. We don't want to edit her out because that will make it like it never happened. We're going to put her in, but know that we know there's something wrong with this. Now, we don't have Mammy Two Shoes today. You can't get away with it. Nobody would put it out there. But we do have black people that get on the radio every day in white-owned companies, white-owned stations with white-owned sponsors that play the role of hypersexualized, hypercriminalized male. I ask these advertisers, I say, I've got hundreds of songs a day that celebrate killing animals. Will you put them on your station? They said, no. I got hundreds of songs a day that talk about assaulting women and abusing kids. Would you put them on your station? They said, no. I said, I got hundreds of songs a day that talk about murdering blacks. Would you put them on your stations? They said, well, that depends. Depends on what? Who it's done.
All right. Somebody said their video froze, so I just need to make sure that we are still on the air, because YouTube, because this is a TED Talk, and so this TED Talk may get my video taken off the air, so let's just wait a moment and see if we're still on the air. Let's wait a moment and see if we're still on the air. What are your thoughts so far? What are your thoughts so far? I mean, I thought this talk was so profound. I thought it was profound. He said, if I call around these stations and said I have 100 calls talking about killing animals, will you put it on the air? And the stations are like, no, we will not. We will not. All right, so we're still on the air? Okay, we'll play some more, because sometimes these people don't play. Sometimes they don't play. Please stop posting links in my comments section. If you want me to get a link, go to TanyaTKO.com, click on contact. Posting links in my comment section will get you blocked because I don't know what the link is and I don't know who you're advertising, right? All right. So let's continue going forward.
Done by and who it's branded for. Because if we can get black folks to sing about it and we can brand it for our youngest black audiences, I think there's money to be made. I think there's American appetites to see these people that way. I said, how can you say that? They said, well, look, it's what these artists know. It's what they, black people, create. It's, matter of fact, our surveys say it's what they want to hear, which speaks of a sickness. How do we live in a society where somebody says, you know what, I'm inspired to write a song that celebrates murdering another person. And then a person says, I'd like to put that on my station. Another person said, I'd like to pay for it. And then there's people out here in the audience that go, I'd love to hear it, as long as it's black guys. Because even white people buy rap music, buy this type of stuff, because we know that when we want to hear about killing each other, we know who to turn to for that type of inspiration. We call it our music. We say we own it. White people buy more rap than black people. Yeah, but we're very careful to turn it down at the stoplight when other black people are there. Why? Because we know we're just pretending. For them, it's more authentic and real. I always ask the companies, what about your name? What about your brand? What about your value? And the largest radio company in the world said this: it's okay that we only have drug dealers on our black youth stations. We only have murders on our black youth stations. We support black charities. We give out water at the Martin Luther King parade. I think we've got it covered. We've bought them off. Now, people get upset, the smartest guys in the room again. You're talking about censorship. I don't believe that. I believe in free art. Make whatever you want. I believe you should make music about anti-Semitism. I believe you should make music about killing dogs. I believe in this country you should make music about bashing homosexuals and driving them behind trucks. I believe you should make music about stringing people up on trees. I believe you should make music about killing whitey. I believe you should make all that music. But I also believe that in the mainstream marketplace, people should hesitate associating their name with certain content. You know, there's certain stuff you can't buy at the store. Certain stuff you can't get on iTunes because their brand doesn't want it. But if you want to hear black people celebrating killing black people, they got thousands and thousands and thousands of those things to sell you. I don't think it's about censorship. I think it's about American cultural hypocrisy. Because here's the truth. These black entertainers, they can't sing just about anything. There's some stuff that'll get them fired. And they get dropped, and they get fired, and they get slapped on the wrist, and they get disciplined all the time. Why? Because sometimes they step over the bounds. A very famous case is what happened with Rick Ross. Rick Ross is the Mammy Two Shoes, one of the many Mammy Two Shoes of our day.
I want you to listen because I reported on this when it first came out. You all remember the lyric. The lyric was something along the lines of, she was sitting drinking Coke. He put a Molly in her drink. Now we effing. So he roofied her, and then they started having intercourse, or now I'm effing, something along those lines, right? You can Google you know what? Let's Google the Rick Ross rape lyrics so that we can see what that is. Give me 1 second. Let's look for that, because I remember Black men and women argued with me too back then. This was about 2012, 2013. I made a video, right? When I made the video, Black men argued with me. They were like, "Oh, that's not rape." I said, "Listen, if she is placed under the influence." And so here, let's find the lyrics. Let's find the lyrics. I don't want to play it. I want to read the lyric. Let me Google. I'm sorry. Let me Control F the word Molly on the page. All right. It says here, apparently Rick Ross slipping the street drug Molly into a woman's drink, taking her home, enjoying that, and she ain't even know it, isn't rape because the actual term wasn't included, right? All right. So they're being sarcastic. I want to find where. No, we cannot play that in my video. I'm looking for the actual lyric. I want to find the lyric. All right, let's find the lyric. Look at this disgusting, the nastiness. Look. Ugh. So, oh, damn it. It's too, let me Control find MOLL. I'm not even typing right. MOLLY. All right. So I want to find the lyric. All right. Here's the lyric right here. Put Molly all in her champagne. She ain't even know it. I took her home and enjoyed that. She ain't even know it. Come on. It's like, I remember when I did this video. I remember when I did the video. I remember when I did it. Black men was like, that's not rape. They were like, that's not rape. And I'm like, that is rape. I'm like, if she was unconscious, the thing about it is, right? Here, this is the video I did. You want to see a younger Tanya TKO? Here, this is the video I did. Hey, look fun me. Look at your girl. I look so sad in this video. Look at me. This is when I did my big chop. Look at Tanya, look.
Hello, lovebirds. Tanya TKO here. And I wanted to speak very briefly on this Rick Ross situation.
My voice was so much higher then, wasn't it? And I wanted to speak very briefly on this Rick Ross. So we did a whole video talking about it.
Now, what is particularly alarming for me about this is that when he was giving his apology, he continued to say stuff like, I would never use the word rape. I would never use the term rape, etc. Alrighty. Yes, Ricky, old boy. I'm sure that you would not use the quote-unquote term rape, but you guys remember that Shakespearean prose where it said a rose by any other name still smells as sweet? Well, guess what? I was going to say something. Doo-doo by any other name, even crap by any other name still smells as stink. Listen, it doesn't matter what you call it. You could use any name. You could call it gang rolling. You can call it like they do in South Africa. You could call it Laffy Taffy. You could call it whatever you want. Listen, whatever you want. You could call it cardboarding. Whatever you want to call it. Doesn't matter what name you give it. Rape is rape. And so let me explain to some of you out there what exactly rape is, because you know what, I'm sure Rick Ross does not want to consider himself a rapist or a person who condones rape, but let me just explain what rape is. Rape is when you have sexual contact with a person without their consent. What does consent equal, and how do you get consent? Consent, listen, if the person is not of legal age to give consent, not of mental capacity to give consent, or not awake or cognizant or in a state catatonic or any number of things that takes away their ability to give consent. If that person does not explicitly express that they want to have intercourse with you, it's rape. So if you have intercourse with a person who is passed out, they did not give consent. If you have intercourse with a person who is under the legal age in the state or country that you're in, they cannot legally give consent. And if the person...
God damn. God damn. I've been doing this for a minute. I just realized I've been doing this for a minute. I have had the same underlying energy in this game for over a decade strong. They fought me then when I had the sweet, nice voice and the little plump, young, nice face, and my hair was natural in its little dark, natural color fro. They fought me then. They fight me now with my blonde hair, my older face, my fake lashes, and all of that. They're still fighting me now. I've been doing this for a minute. And the sense that I'm speaking is profound. The difference is, I'm gonna hold punches now. Before I used to hold punches, I used to try to be cute and all of that. I don't worry about being cute anymore. I don't worry about sparing anybody's feelings anymore. I come out and I say what it is that I need to say at the beginning of the video. I used to take some time to warm up. Oh, it's just lovebirds, all of that. I used to take time warming up. Now I just come out. Okay, I didn't have to. That was a bit dramatic. But I've been doing this for a minute. Oh, my goodness. Somebody's getting some ASMR sensations. Here you go. Wake up. Wake. Get your ass out of bed. Come on. Listen, I'm talking. If you want to go see the video, if you want to see that whole video, search through my videos for the word Rick Ross. This came out, I did this April 3rd, 2013, right? April 3rd, 2013. Just listen to the rest of the video.
Is of a mental state or capacity, including mental retardation, several different levels of autism, even if they are in a medically induced coma. If this person is not able to explicitly say, okay, let's do this, that is rape. And you know what? It's unfortunate that, that when he gave his apology, he was mainly focused in on the word rape. And you know what? The thing is, I'm sure that there are...
All right. So you got the basic gist. Right? You got the basic gist. What's that? All right, some apples have come in. Let me read these apples real quick. Rebecca sends $1 and says, love you, Miss Tanya. You're so amazing. Thank you so much, Beck. We appreciate the love. Thank you. Essence sends $1 and says, read the song Beethoven by Ken Dog. I'm afraid. If we have enough time, I'll get to it. Mrs. Akechi sends $5 and says, record company made Rick Ross take out a lyric about Jews, too. You hear that, right? They know what they can say and what they can't say. I think we read that. That means there's something that we missed. Let's see. Record company. Okay. Let's see. Let me just make sure that I got all of them. Essence says, read the song. All right. Kelly sends $5 and says, I guess it's just for the love. Thank you, Kelly. We love you too. All right. So now, oh, there's one more. Oh, Shanitra's coming in with the 20 AAA. She says, "Good morning, sis. You're awesome." You know what's really telling? Thank you so much. I appreciate that. What's really telling is in 2013, we could use the R word in a video. As you see, I was able to educate and speak very forthrightly. And now this video will be demonetized because of that, because of my old video using the R word. So it's like now YouTube has disincentivized us from being able to even talk about real things that we need to talk about. In that video, I was educating. And if you see in the comments, oh, all of the comments are gone. All of the comments are gone from the video. Is the video blocked? Is the video private? Because all of the comments are gone from the video. I wish you all could have seen the comments. But YouTube played some sort of game. The oldest comments that they have on there is a year ago, 5 years ago, 6 years ago. They deleted all of the old comments